Powerhouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
Alliant Energy, we're on for you.
You may not realize it, but lighting can account for 20% of your household electrical costs. But finding the right lighting for your home is more than just picking up the right 40, 60, or 100-watt light bulb. Here to give us some tips on how we might save money on our lighting bills is Mark Hansen with the RJ Center. And Mark, why is lighting such a big part of our energy bill?
Well, you'd be surprised, Pete, how much we count on lighting for everything we do, or nearly everything. From reading, walking, any task you can think of, we can do better, easier with light. Also, we count on light to create moods, to highlight things, to provide us safety and provide security.
It really comes into play now. Mark, I know a lot of folks, when they think about lighting, they just think about light bulbs, and I know there's many different kinds: incandescent, fluorescent, halogen, LED. We're over here by some halogen. Why don't we start with those? Tell us a little bit about halogen bulbs.
Sure. Halogen bulbs are a form of incandescent, but they have halogen gas added. The halogen gas makes them a brighter, whiter light. They also does what's called the halogen cycle. It takes the halogen gas, it combines with evaporated tungsten from the filament of the bulb, replaces it back onto the filament, giving the bulb a longer life.
Now, is this a typical halogen that you're holding?
This is, and as you can see, it has a glass cover. That is a change that happened about 10 years ago. There was concern in a few isolated cases where there was a fire with combustible material touching a halogen bulb directly. And this glass case or a wire mesh case is now on all halogen bulbs, so that can't happen.
Mark, halogen bulbs, though, the safety issue, that's really been in the past.
It has been fixed. They're still hot, though. Be careful. Don't touch them.
So that is, with halogen bulbs, the warmth still comes into play.
Definitely. Any incandescent bulb will be warm, if not hot, to the touch.
Okay, I know that's just one type. You have many, many others. Can we take a look at the other bulbs?
You bet. Well, Pete, here's your old common household incandescent light based on the same technology that Thomas Edison developed over 100 years ago. It's basically light by burning. Electricity heats a filament inside here, making it glow, producing light. This is a compact fluorescent bulb. The fluorescents have a phosphor coating on the inside. Electricity goes through the bulb through gases. It excites the phosphor coating and makes it glow and gives us light. And these are LED lights, light-emitting diodes, and they form light by electrons moving across to semiconductor material.
Now, Mark, I know our viewers, when they go in to purchase new light bulbs, will see the difference in terms of that compact fluorescent bulb costing much more.
Right.
Is it worth it?
Usually it is. The ballast rating on the compact fluorescent bulbs will give you 5 to 10 times the life of an incandescent. But depending on what room you use it in, if it's a room where you turn it on and off a lot, that's going to shorten the life of the bulb.
Mark, what other tips can you give us in terms of saving on our lighting bills and also saving energy?
Well, I would suggest using dimmers. A lot of times we put light in a space, the maximum amount we'll need in that space. We don't need the maximum amount all the time. Much of the time we could get by with dimmer light, and dimmers can save you a lot of energy that way. Dust. Believe it or not, dust can block 50% of the light. You may think you need a stronger light bulb in a light. You might be surprised by dusting. I have plenty of light again. Take a look where your floor lamps and table lamps are in comparison to where your thermostat is. They get too close to the thermostat and it thinks the house is warmer than it really is, and then your air conditioner runs longer than it needs to. Also look for the Energy Star rated fixtures, from ceiling fans, flush mounts, any kind of decorative light now. There are Energy Star rated fixtures.
And that's a good point. We think about Energy Star with our appliances, but when you're going looking at lighting fixtures, look for the Energy Star.
There's more and more choices every day. Also, when it comes to recessed cans, our homes are getting recessed cans in areas where they're not the most efficient use of light. A large family room with low ceilings might take 12 recessed cans when 2 flush mount lights would do the same job. Also, remember that every time you put a hole in the ceiling, conditioned air can leave, unconditioned air can come back in. So buy a good recessed can that is airtight so you don't see those energy costs go through the roof.
That's what we're always about. Well, Mark, you've given us a lot of great tips in terms of thinking about how we can reduce our lighting bill, our energy bill, while at the same time brightening our homes. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.